Okay, so this afternoon we've got the joys of working with Jody's Superlight bobber. He's put a lot of lightweight parts on this bobber and he's doing a limited edition run. So I see he's got Rotorbox wheels on, Rotorbox bullet wheels. I wonder where he got that idea from. Pan Super Booster. Anyway, you know, Jody's a great guy. He's done a lot of work with this bike, put a lot of effort in, and he's got his exhaust system on, which is a work of art. Hours and hours and hours of work gone into making an exhaust system like this. I take my hat off to anybody who's got the patience to put something like this together. It's a super job, but the headers are different lengths. This header comes down around here, and this header comes round and goes right the way across there and up the other side. So there's a bit of difference in tuned length of exhaust system. So when I'm been mapping this, I've got wideband lambda sensor goes in this side and in that side, and we set up one side at a time. And it's quite different from left to right side, but not as you would expect. The left side has got longer exhaust, so you think more back pressure, it would need to run less fuel. But in fact, in the mid-range, it needs more fuel. So this is the black art of exhaust systems where things don't always work out the way you expect and why it's necessary to map left and right-hand side separately. You can't just map one exhaust when you've got such differences, or one engine if you've got such differences. So we started off with the left one, we fine-tuned that. We managed to find a little bit of power through adding a bit of timing, and the bike comes restricted with speed, and not only that, its throttle's pulled back in first and second, third gear's full throttle, fourth, fifth and sixth are progressively more pulled back because it doesn't let it go over a certain miles an hour. So in fourth gear, as you just about rev out, the speed restrictor comes in and closes the throttle. Fifth gear, it comes in earlier. Sixth gear, it comes in even earlier. So we've got rid of all that restriction. So we've got full throttle in every gear. We've got no speed restriction. And the customers couldn't see a huge, huge difference when he sits on it and rides it. So I'll show you the horsepower curves. And then we'll give it a spin just so you can get a feel for the noise. Okay. So as the bike came in, is the blue run. This is a horsepower. And you can see about 5,800 RPM, power disappears because the throttle's being closed electronically to stop you going too fast. This was done in fifth gear. So it shuts down at about 5.8. In fourth gear, it shuts down about 6.5. In sixth gear, it shuts down about 5. So now we've got no restriction and we've fine-tuned everything. So she's pulling all the way to 7,000. She makes a nice 81 horsepower, 77 foot-pound of torque. She did make 73 horsepower, so we made a nice 8 horsepower gain. That's 10%, but we've got the gain in revs, which is the biggest thing you can have with this bike. And we picked up 5 foot-pound of torque. So best part of a half a day's worth of tuning, and we get a result that we can be proud of. And I'm sure Jody and his customers will really appreciate the effort that I put in today. We'll do a run, and then you can hear the beastie. These handle amazingly good. ginormous front tyre, but you wouldn't know it. It really handles well.
So yes guys, I've just picked up my Thornton 100 Custom V4 wide wheel bobber, which is going to be my personal bike for the summer. And Richard, thank you so much for sorting this out on the dyno.
Put it there, man.
How did you get on?
Well, you know there's restricted to hell. No restrictions. She'll do 150 mile an hour if you get your head down.
Yeah.
First and second restrictions gone, so you can wheelie.
Yeah.
Top speed restriction of fourth, fifth, and sixth, so you can get your head down and ready to go for it and surprise a few.
Gonna be able to surprise a few faster guys on my trip. So like say,
we picked up 7 horsepower.
Yeah.
And 5 foot-pound of torque. Doesn't sound huge, but it is when you started off with 70 horsepower.
Well, that's it. So you know we've got those speed restrictions on these bobbers can be quite limited, and well, like I say, we've got full power in every single gear now, so it can be fantastic for wheelies, fantastic for burnouts, which you don't usually see on a bobber, right? So like I say, going to be surprising some people on my Alps trip as well. So guys, keep up with the build on this one with our Alps trip. I'm going to be riding this one for 3,000 miles in a week or so. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Thornton 100 Motorcycles, and make sure you subscribe to Richard's YouTube channel, TTS, because we've got some monster builds coming up. Something along the lines of a 400 horsepower-ish drift bike. So we see if we can get. We're going to aim for the stars, right? Whether we get there or not will be interesting. So make sure you stay up to date, like, comment, and subscribe on this video. And thank you so much for watching.
Cheers, guys.